man.
The Pizza Hut is
It's
here.
going to eat all of us.
Alright, everybody come over here and sit down, please.
Oh, do we have to sit? Okay.
You don't have to sit. You can stand if you want, but just come over here. Most people want to sit. That's why I say that.
Sit while you can.
Yeah, you're gonna be wanting to sit soon. Okay. So, there's a couple of things that makes FT combat unique and important. But the most important thing is the role of the FT NPC to begin with. Story first and acting first. We don't even think about fucking winning. You don't think about that in the middle of these engagements or when it comes to any sort of these modules or anything put forward. What we put forth first is how we look while we're acting, how we sound while we're acting, and the way we convey ourselves in these scenes. Alright? A lot of things, and I mean a lot of things, that happen in FT have been changed and altered by both player and NPC action. Very rarely are things determined by anything other than dice or actions taken. But while these scenes are happening, your focus is to be on what it is that you're going to learn here today. Combat is a very deadly thing in FT. It's been a lot easier in the players' minds this season because they have a clinic with surgeons, a surgeon that survived several seasons with a boon that can heal crits, but they haven't been on any real fucking missions this season yet, and that's coming up next week. Okay? And I'm expecting casualties. But we'll get into that when that time comes. They have a lot of healing nearby. They have a lot of potions available to them. But when it comes to actual long-standing combative situations and they start running dry, it is very important that we perform combat in a means that is appropriate. FT is built upon a trust system. I trust you to convey yourself appropriately, and you trust me to do the same. That means when I have a weapon that can end your fucking life, that can kill your character, that can maim you, I'm going to use that weapon appropriately according to its reach, its speed, conveyance. If I have a warhammer, I'm not going to swing my arm around as fast as I can. I'm going to bring it to bear. And give you time to see it and react to it. There's a bit of a wind-up. You see that he's coming in. Well, now I know to take whatever my character action is going to be. If I'm in a avatar like Cheesinator, which is a dude in a gambeson with a short sword, I'm not going to try to fucking block that. I'm going to try and get out of the way. But because you took the time to convey that to your opponents, they will take their action. Because it's a trust system, if you do it inappropriately, many of our players and NPCs will take that hit, and it can get them killed. So we have to make sure that we convey with these deadlier weapons, well, they're all deadly, convey with them appropriately, so when it's time to die, it's time to die. Yes, FT is full of it. But we're here to tell stories first. So we have to be very careful of the things that end these stories in the blink of an eye. Quite literally weapons handling. Alright? We're going to be going over a lot of that, and there's going to be plenty of examples put forward. As I have already enunciated and made clear, it's a storytelling aspect that we care about the most first. How the fight looks, how you're conveying it, how the scene in total looks, whether you're injured or not. Would your character have dialogue while they're fighting? Would they be afraid? Would they be angry? Are they a berserker? Are they a soldier? Are they a merc? How would that affect their behavior in that combat? All these small little nuances of the scene themselves, combined with the fighting itself, is very important, and it's not nearly as niche as you may think when it comes to a setting like this. Something that's very important to remember, a massive point that I want you all to be aware of, is that when you're in VR, you're only aware of this in front of you. All of this. That's it. That's all you can see. A fucking, like, 90-degree angle and nothing else. That means if anything's happening to my left, to my right, behind me, unless it has sound, I will never fucking know. I will never know. Now, you'll note that a lot of our veteran NPCs, I'm sure you saw during some of the combat modules we have, often their head will be on a swivel, they're looking around, or they'll be fighting somebody in front of them, and they'll quickly look around just to make sure that they maintain awareness of the area around them. The purpose of this is so they can react to anything that may be happening around them, which could be a ranged attack, which could be somebody entering the fight, which we'll go over how to do that soon, or an injury that they were not aware of until they looked in that direction. When we do these sorts of things that are outside of that cone of vision, you have to make sound. Something that's normalized with most of us that might have a couple of our newer faces kind of tilt their head is sometimes when people are running around on the map where they know other people should hear them, they'll go and fade off as they get further away. Or if I want to hint to you I'm coming around the corner because I can hear Nicodemus is talking shit about me inside the warehouse, but in character I wouldn't know that. Fuck you too. I'm going to warn him by going towards the door, and so he's like, oh shit, someone's coming. He either hides or shuts up, whatever his reasoning is. But I know that even though because of the map I hear him in there, I don't fucking hear that conversation. So I warn him outside of his vision, I'm approaching. Someone's approaching. When we do wind-ups with swings or we enter combats in another fashion, there's a reason why we vocalize that. It's a reason why sound is very important. If I'm going to get attacked from my side, I'm not going to notice it unless I'm like a fucking genius and I like see the shadow on the ground and I pull some kung fu bullshit, which isn't very likely. I need someone to make a sound as they come up to me, whether it's and I know that they're coming with an overhead or they're coming with their weapon, so I can look and be like, oh shit, I've been engaged. Using those sounds, whatever they might be, whether it's a grunt or you come into the fight talking shit so they can hear you and snap to you, or something as simple as making the foot sounds and drawing your sword, and they're like, huh? You get that person's attention outside their cone. You need to always consider their cone of vision and your own. The more you're aware of that, the more that your fighting will be a lot more fluid, and entering and exiting combat will be a lot more of a well-oiled machine than they would be if people were just blindly attacking each other. I'm sure that in other situations or public scenarios, there are times when you have enemies attacking a player or attacking another NPC, and they're like behind them, swinging at them and like pausing, waiting for them to notice. Not going to notice. I can't hear you, homie. I can't hear what you're doing. And I'm blind. There's no perception of reality in VR because your senses are all dulled except for sight and hearing. Okay? So you need to bear that in mind when we do these things. Some of the biggest aspects of that kind of combat is weapon conveyance. This is one of the biggest things there. Conveying the speed, intensity, weight, length of your weapon is very fucking important. All right? It's not a metaverse thing where you can have a little girl with a giant sword. We don't do that here. All right? Some fucking warrior, man or woman, with a large weapon is going to be hefting that thing like it's fucking heavy because it's heavy. A warhammer, a heavier fucking war pick, something of the sort, and they're going to put their whole body into it while they're moving around and adjusting their fucking weapon. The purpose of this is to convey the size and weight of the weapon. Okay? Let's see, where's Yurif? Come out here.
Hi, boss.
Switch into this Y-hander model. And Storm Sharp, Commander. Come back to where I'm at. Take your weapon out. Take your weapon out. Perhaps a regular halberdier instead of a banner. So, you have two heavily armored opponents. Alright? Both in full steel. The Zweihander, or any two-handed sword, to make things as basic as possible, we put our whole body into that movement to make it seem like it's controlling the space around it, to make it feel like it's weighty, meaty, and to give you time to react and to see that this deadly weapon is in play. Obviously, a halberd has more reach, is more of a stabbing weapon than slashing. However, both are long weapons. They're going to be trying to control the space around them. They're going to be trying to control the distance between themselves and their enemy. Okay? When I say begin, I'm going to let two of our veteran NPCs go ahead and duel a bit. I want you to focus on weapon conveyance, nothing else. Don't need to make it any more cinematic than that. When I tell you to begin, you will begin until I ask you to stop. My two participants, go ahead and begin. You have the two combatants going back and forth. Yurf is going out of his way to convey the weights of the two-handed weapon. A bit of dragging when he gets tired, throwing a bit of his back and his hips into the swing of the weapon. Sometimes shouldering it because it's heavy to him. When Storm Sharp's halberd is hit by the full inertia of this weapon, he's going with the swings and recovering. It's not easy to block these things. So you have two NPCs who trust each other. Both have landed blows on each other's armor, but they're playing it off that it hasn't gone through the armor. And I trust them to do so, because they've been at this for years. You're offend the fight. Finish him off, Zweihander. They didn't have to communicate that. They didn't have to talk about doing that. Storm already knew that that massive two-hander was coming down. He snapped his halberd that he tried to block with the wood haft of, and he took the blow. The fight is over, and now Storm is going to disappear and come back as another enemy, and Yurf's going to move on to the next one and possibly either win or lose, one or the other. Thank you both. You can sit down. Weapon conveyance is super fucking important. Where is... I saw you. Oak, come out here, please. Church, come out here. I would like you to be something with a heavy weapon. Can you be a... I want them to be human. Humanoid. While they do that, these weapons, obviously, some are faster than others, some are slower than others, but the point of me showing you with larger, slower weapons is so you can see the enunciations of the body when we go out of our way to show, oh Jesus Christ, how big and heavy some of these weapons can be. Okay? Obviously, this is fucking anti-armor to the max. Right? This is anti-armor as well. There's a bit of flavor that's thrown in there. Okay? Obviously, looking at them, we would probably assume that this man is stronger. Alright? Sometimes guidelines like that aren't directly fed to the NPCs. If these two are in a free-form scenario and situation, they're going to size each other up, and they're going to make choices with each other that reflect what they believe the outcome should be if it does not have DM intervention. The point of that is all of you being able to create that combative scene with fighting all over the place, duels all over the place, and DM doesn't have to be over your shoulder or dictate anything. It's that trust system. These two trust each other, be able to go against each other and convey whatever the outcome may be. Perhaps they will decide that he gets overwhelmed because he's stronger and the man's in plates and eventually gets exhausted. Or perhaps he will use the reach of his weapon and this man, while strong, may be clumsy. However it is that they figure it out. My two NPCs come out here, please. Your locomotion's off. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more conveyance here. I want my two to focus on the weight of your weapons, the speed of your attacks. That is the only focus you'll be demonstrating. 3, 2, 1, begin. See, they lean their body into their movements. They give each other time to react, time to try and fight. Oak knows that his pole is never going to fucking stop that hammer, so he moves out of the way, he tries to dodge, and sometimes the armor itself takes the hit. The two going back and forth are constantly evaluating each other and what the situation should look like or be like. Oak decided in that moment there's no way he'd move out of the way of that. He took that hit. Now he's not even using his left arm. We can assume as the viewers that it's broken. He's holding his halberd near the head. It's a short spear at this point. I want you to pause right there. What they did just there is super important. VR chat has lag. People have different ping. Now, when Church started that swing, he fully intended to bring it down on Oak. But in that moment, considering that his little short spear is closer to his chest, that his overhead would hit his helmet, when Oak did that thrust, he stopped his attack. He took it. In his mind, there's no way I could have avoided that. And he took it. And now that's the point that they're at. But that split-second decision-making will become second nature to all of you the more that you practice these things. And these fights will go back and forth, and you'll pick up speed, and it'll begin to look amazing. When you have a crowd of people doing this kind of thing, I mean, you're not going to find anywhere else. Go ahead and get back in your position. I will continue in 3, 2, 1. Continue. A heavy overhead, likely a killing blow. You see Oak begins to sink and go limp, and that is that. Beautiful to both of my combatants. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Another beautiful example of what conveyance will do. They take the time to do this trusted back and forth with each other. And again, the more that it happens, the more it'll be second nature to you all. And it looks great, and it feels great, and it's fun as can be. All right? But maintaining that kind of ideology about what kind of weapon you have, how you should convey it, how you should react when you're hit with a weapon, whether it's going to go off your armor or kill you, that kind of trust between the two combatants is super important. All right, I want some lighter weapons now. Dudley, I need a humanoid, but I will take you.
Yeah, I got one.
And grab your Raz. Why don't you take out a sword for me?
Sword? Does a one-hand mace sound good?
I'd like a sword.
sword? Okay. I'm just gonna clone for fair fight.
Faster weapons. So, these two combatants are granted in elven plate, so they're heavily armored. However, they're using swords or sabers, whatever you want to call them, but they're going to be a lot faster than the fights you just saw. Now, they're going to convey themselves a lot more differently. There's going to be a lot more foot movement involved. There's going to be a lot more swinging and upper torso movements and things of the sort to avoid getting hit. And they're going to go out of their way to convey that kind of speed. However, they're not going to go super fast because, again, it's VR chats. You might see yourself thinking, man, I'm cool blocking all this. But I see you going, and then instantly here, and then instantly here, and it's like the flow of things has now been ruined. So we try to get close to that fast, skilled movement while also maintaining that baseline that everyone can react to and build off of. My two combatants are going to focus on how you convey your weapons, convey your speed, try to control the center space, try to push the other opponent to the other side of the dirt road. 3, 2, 1, begin. So as the two fighters go back and forth, there's a bit of trust there. There's a lot more faster movement, which means they have less time to react. Here and there, maybe, just maybe, you'll see a mistake. But that doesn't matter. The flow continues. They do not stop. They keep going until they feel one of them would have gotten a hit. Start conveying some injuries. A slice across the face. Perfect. As the two go at it, when they take injuries, they're going to convey that impairment, having trouble fighting. Oh, God. Holy shit, Raz. A spin kick? I didn't fucking expect that. They'll go back and forth with each other, and a certain modicum of speed will be shown because of the type of weapons that are involved. We don't want to get too flashy, because obviously tracking's a thing, and sometimes it can get overtly complicated. But these two are conveying what two light swordsmen that are, elves who are more graceful. They're depicting them perfectly. I want you two to end the fight. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Pick up the pace, you two. I want a death. Yeah. Fucking beautiful. Ooh! Stab, cut, spring back around, rested the blade in them. Fucking badass, both of you. Beautifully done. Kill him. Now everybody tell Raz to start coming to fucking session so I can have that fighting in my modules!
God damn it, Raz!
Yeah.
Beautiful fucking job. Beautiful fucking job. I love that. That was so fucking good to both of them. But you see, when I don't expect you all to do fucking Raz spin kicks, but when you get that trust and involvement with the people you're fighting, you can do shit like that. You can pull things like that off, and you'll feel a lot more comfortable with the flow of things. Injuries is super important. When you're injured, you need to convey that in a fight. If you take a slash to your arm, you convey that there's pain there. If you think it's superficial, obviously you keep going. If you think it's something critical, like if I took a overhead fucking mace to my shoulder, and you get told it's critical, or you think, because there's no DM over your shoulder, that would be critical, you're fucking not using that anymore. And now either you attempt to switch hands, or you're fucked. But you convey that. You convey that in the fight, all right? If you get hit in the leg, maybe you're having trouble maneuvering now. There's a bit of limping. You can still do this in half body, by the way. even if you can't move the legs, you can still show the movement from the waist up. That's the beauty of it. You can still do it. And it looks a lot better, and you don't look stiff. All right? Who are two want to convey injuries for me? Protag, come out here, and Naval, come out here. So, obviously we have two different weapons. We got a, I wouldn't even call that, that'd be a hand and a half sword, and we got a fucking bearded axe. Obviously it's going to take a little bit more wind up, but it's not a massive weapon. He's a dwarf. So these two more or less are going to be pretty matched when it comes to speed. One's in the equivalent of, yep, plate. So these two are heavily armored. When they go back and forth, sometimes some of their weapons might deflect off of armor. Sometimes they might find purchase, but that's left up to the trust between the two. But when you are injured, you must convey the injury. It must be shown. All right? Otherwise, number one, it's not gratifying to the person you're fighting, or not to you, to who, when your opponent doesn't do that either. Okay? It also changes the flow of battle. If I'm fighting an extremely tough opponent, and I have finally managed to wound them, if they don't reflect that, and I'm going out of my way to reflect exhaustion, now there's going to be an advantage there that shouldn't exist. And it can put that player or the NPC's life in danger. Just things to bear in mind. My two combatants. You will duel as normally, but I want you to focus on taking and showing off injuries and combat with injuries. On my mark, you will begin. Three, two, one, begin. As a note, something to be aware of. Obviously, sometimes it can be hard in half body. We do not ever, during combat, jerk on our joysticks. Action and reaction. If I swing at you, you're either going to block, slightly evade, parry, whatever it may be, take the hit, but we never swing and then move back. We never do that. That interrupts the flow. If you have to move your joystick, it's in small intervals as you maneuver during your fight. Trust between the two. He decided he would lunge his way out of the way. Protag accepted it. Went right past him with the weapon. Good conveyance of speed, good conveyance of heaviness. All right, I want to see some injuries. And so Protag's tired. His dwarf isn't using his other arm. He's wielding his axe as if, think of like Dark Souls. You don't have the stats to use a strength weapon. Your whole body goes into it. He's recklessly fighting now, trying to stay alive. There'll be times when there's a bit of lag. It happens. It's VR chat. We'll deal with it. They pause, and then they resume. Easy peasy. He's acted like his leg has been cut deep. His maneuverability has ended. And now the two are both pretty fucking heavily injured. End the fight. Whoever takes it, takes it. The ranger, just before he could be executed, lunges with a dagger and stabs the dwarf in the throat. Excellent. Very well done. Very fucking well done. Protag Naval, excellent. Obviously, just like we saw there, lag can happen. We adjust. It's not a big deal. Nothing's ruined. Nothing's fucked. You're fine. You get right back into the flow of things. Obviously, for conveyance, the two went a bit slower than usual, but that's because likely they haven't fought each other in a while. And two, they're giving people time to react to each other. It's not all going to be ting, 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 back and forth. All right? We all have different comfort levels. We're all just trying to work them up to be in similar baseline. Okay? Let's see here. Right. Ray sets come out here and clock come out here. Facing each other. Storm, come stand over here. So, when you have two opponents that are going at it, right? Two people who are dueling, because that's what we encourage things to do. We don't want you to gank. Okay? Ganking is no fun for fucking anyone. We even discourage the players from doing it. All right? And sometimes we dissuade them by balling more enemies around our big bad. What we want is for people to duel. So if we were all here and I just, all of a sudden it was free for all, you're all going to quickly, within reason, pair up with your enemy, and your fights are going to drift and lead you away from everyone, so you have one-on-ones. All right? There are some exceptions. Some enemies, some allies have multi-fighting. They're able to take on more than one opponent in a defensive posture and buy time for allies to come assist them. However, there are times when you'll have somebody who's outnumbered. Today's person who's outnumbered is Ray Sets. Ray Sets are an Imperial. Nobody fucking likes you. All right? So Ray Sets was minding his own business and decided to engage in a duel with Clock. So these two would be going back and forth. Okay? However, Storm Sharp is on Team Clock Talk. And he sees that Ray Sets is wide open. He's outside his 90-degree cone of vision. And he's like, man, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. This could be real cool. I'm going to go get him. Storm, how do we enter fights when people can't see us? Now, why did he do this? I'll tell you why. Because you, as the NPC, are going to get really fucking tired every time somebody comes and backstabs you. You show up, backstab, dead. Show up, backstab, dead. Show up, backstab, dead. To mitigate that, it is encouraged when fights are joined, you make that apparent sound or understanding that there is someone approaching at a rapid, hostile pace outside your cone of vision. Ray Sets realized this, and while he didn't have time to deflect this incoming attack, the attack was non-lethal. The only point of it was to let Ray Sets know you've been engaged by another person. Ray Sets will lose ground, back up, and everybody has disengaged, and now the fight can resume. Instead of Storm coming up to him and bearing a hatchet in his neck, and now, well, whatever cool duel was happening with Clock is now fucking ruined. All right? Again, the scene and the cinematics come first, not winning. Okay? You let the DMs handle who's winning where if necessary. But with this sort of trust, understanding, you can shift your opponents and who you're fighting easily without interrupting anything. Okay? Now, with this happening, Ray Sets, Clock, Storm, go ahead and shift to the center in your same position that you are now. Storm, you'd be more this way. There you go. Now, Ray Sets in half body. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see his footwork. However, you can still convey plenty in half body. Ray Sets, you have a long weapon meant for controlling space, and two combatants One who's obviously more of a duelist, wearing no armor, but obviously excels in one-on-one combat. And you have someone with a pole, a half-to-destroying weapon, an axe, and a shield. You're going to try and survive this encounter. What I want you all to do is focus on conveying injuries, conveying exhaustion, and conveying controlling of the space. Okay? When I say begin, you will begin. Three, 2, 1, begin. Rayset's using the weapon. It is a lighter weapon. However, he's not swinging it super fast. There's a basic motion there that he's trying to use to keep people at bay. It's a lot harder because one has a sword. And obviously he has to account for, outside his cone of vision, 2 combatants. This helps with sounds being made and both taking the time to react to his blows. So obviously, when Clock tries to block, he lets that inertia carry him to the side, carry him back. He goes out of his way to give Raysets time to react. All right. Now you're all exhausted. Reflect your exhaustion. You've been fighting like this for 6-7 minutes. Show me that exhaustion.
Damn. Nice. That looked good. That was perfectly synced.
Right there, Storm could have instantly killed him, but he chose to use his shield instead to prolong the fight.
How's the view, Oracle?
Assets.
I know I'm supposed to be commentating, but I'm just engrossed in watching because it's so fucking cool. It's just so good. They're conveying perfectly. You're seeing a half body do things fucking well. Beautiful. Finish him off, Raysets! Finish that Northman scum off! Woo! That's sick. That's sick. That's sick.
We call this one Doctor's.
Now, why is that so cool? Because every single fucking one of you can have fights like this when fighting each other. Every single fucking one of you can do this. It's that fucking awesome. Clock fucking allowed himself to get knocked off balance trying to block the full weight of the halberd. He stumbled back. And when that halberd came fucking home into his chest, that was that. He took it. He was done for. Alright? Another aspect of this fight is behaving like what you are. Storm Sharp excels at that kind of thing. So the way that he behaved was how very much we picture a Viking or a Northman would be like. Very aggressive, in your face, coming at you. The shield tip is also a fucking weapon. Using that in tandem with his hand axe. Behaving like what you are during the fight adds so much flavor, rather than staying silent and just making the sounds of combat. When you have two opponents that have something to fight for, or a hatred between them, or whatever it is, banter, it's super fucking important. and it makes the entirety of that scene that much better. Excellent work, Clock, Raysets, and Storm Sharp. Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Excellent.
We're going to get you guys all involved here very soon. I'm almost done running my suck. So, Tosha, how you feeling today?
I'm okay, as long as it's not 10 minutes.
Okay. I need you to switch to Victor, please.
Oh, it won't be 10 minutes.
Now you've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes is fine.
That's all you'll need. Only one.
So, very quickly, so everybody's aware, skill levels are a thing within FT. You have untrained, someone who will immediately be butchered by an enemy. You have someone who is militia level, who has been thrown a spear and trained for 5 fucking days, will only be able to backpedal and begin to fail deflecting until they're killed by someone of a higher level. Okay? 2 militia fighters will be full of mistakes, stumbling over each other, failed lunges. It'll be a messy fight. Then there's trained. Trained is someone who's been a soldier for some time. Think of it in the modern day. U.S. military. 4 years is 1 contract. Trained. I've been out of the Marines for a while. I know my way around an M16 still, and I'll never fucking forget it. Okay? Or an M24. Whatever the fuck you want to talk about, it stays in your head. Okay? I'm sorry, 240 Bravo. That being said, when you have that retention, all right, you're not going to be perfect. Okay, you've had training, you've been like a foot soldier. All right? Against militia, you'll fucking start to devastate them after some time. Against untrained, you'll fucking butcher them. Against well-trained, you're going to be on the back foot, and it's going to be difficult. If you are well-trained, your entire life has been about combat. Whether you're a career soldier, whether you've been a fucking goddamn Giwanite terrorist your whole life, whatever the fuck it is, right? Your whole life has been centered around combat. So you're a step above trained. That is the highest a player can go, is well trained. Then there is a skill level that is above that in a league of its own, and that is expert. For instance, an inquisitor, like Victor. An expert will fucking bulldoze you. You would need several well-trained to even try and give them any sort of modicum of effort. Those of you who are present in S2 will remember a showdown with Victor outside of Oakenbrook where 6 well-trained knights in plate and in chain had to fight this man at once to keep him in place so everybody else could finish their mission. An expert is a savant or somebody that has an unholy understanding of combat and fighting. Their particular style, they have dedicated themselves to it, whether it's a passion for it or they love it, or just something's fucking with them up here and they're fucking just, it comes to them naturally. Experts are few and far in between, but when they do show up, their purpose is either to control the battlefield, to present an obstacle that the players cannot deal with directly, or their presence on the battlefield is a risk of guaranteed death if things are not handled in an appropriate fashion. For instance, Season 2, a majority of the players had to go and help destroy an Imperial siege camp. Obviously, this man could not be ignored while that was happening, because if he caught anyone by themselves, he would fucking butcher them. If he got 2 of them by themselves, it'd be butchered. 3 of them, butchered. So the best fighters that they had went to try and keep him in place. So they were taking crits, they were taking majors back to back to back to back. Experts are fucking scary. So, if we have an expert on the field, Storm Sharp, you don't get the rest. No rest for the wicked. Come here. Most of the time, when an expert is engaged, it'll be literally tink, tink, dead. All right, these guys are no fucking joke. very quickly, whatever enemy comes towards them, they will usually dispatch. So a quick demonstration of that. My Northman, strange man in leather jacket. Try to kill him. 3, 2, 1, begin. It's over. It's fucking over. That's it. And I would consider that man trained, by the way. When people like this are present, it is very important that we, don't rob him, Victor. It's very important that we, as NPCs, completely reflect that. The last thing that we want is for players to think that they're invincible. As soon as that happens, they're going to start dropping like flies, and sometimes that's a lesson that's needed. However, again, we're here to tell stories, not end them just because we can. Okay? So, some of my veteran NPCs who understand this concept, come over here, please.
Raz. Give me Raz. Oh, jeez.
You can all copy Durdley if you're over here with me.
Good to know that FT has John Wick, though. That's great.
The rest of you go ahead and back up a little more.
Just one John Wick.
You said 5 minutes. I'm going to get those 5 minutes. You're about to burn bright for me.
And that was
You're
too
the
many
one
people.
who showed up. Thank you, Kimchi. So, before my NPCs devolve into fucking rat men,
He said before.
just to give you an idea of how scary experts are, it's them versus Victor. I'm telling you now, Victor will win. But I want you to see how beautifully well that this is conveyed. All right? These type of movements, the kind of combat that is shown, is hyper important. And when people get to this level of conveyance is when roles like this pop up. I'll want them portrayed by different individuals. Now, obviously, my veteran NPCs, you know that when we have smaller groups, even with like players, you don't gank them. All right? A couple of you will come up at a time. The rest of you will like jeer, whether you're humanoids or you act like the creatures you are, circle your prey, whatever it is. That way we don't gank a full player on. Victor, not so much of a concern. NPCs just have to be aware that they don't stack on top of each other and all charge at once. But your quick scene, Ratman, you come out of your little hidey hole, and there's one man who just threw a fucking little Molotov cocktail in it. 3, 2, 1, begin. The movements are fluid. The death is swift. The man cuts through them, and he deflects. He doesn't ignore hits. His head's always on a swivel. You can see that Tosha's always looking around, spinning, engaging, blocking, shooting. That is how an expert fights, and it's fucking beautiful. He switched to his flail, crowd control. Of course, the creatures as they are closing in. He hasn't had a moment to breathe. Tosha's just going and going. He decided he took a hit because experts aren't invincible. He's wearing a leather trench coat that has steel plates in it. Decided to take another hit. Another important note, Protag noticed that Victor didn't see him before, and he just acted like his weapon bounced off the armor. He continued the flow. Run into the crowd!
You beat me by a second, Kimchi. By a second.
Oracle got it, rat souvenir.
Go ahead and finish the fight, Victor.
Able to have such martial prowess. It disgusts me. I know you only see two.
The giant rat man's retreating.
We always carry three.
Bam.
He retreated because he knows safe for
How fucking cool was that? How fucking cool was that? That was so fucking sick. That was so fucking sick. NPC's beautiful fucking job. Tosha, beautiful job. Enjoy it. You're not gonna see Tosha do that until season 4 again. Enjoy it.
Once a year.
Every once in a while, he picks the fucking hat up and takes the dust off and gets involved. You can all go back over here. But skill levels are incredibly important. They're portrayed in different ways. Some more dangerous than others. Okay? Let's see here. Who wants to show off a militia level fighter? Nicodemus, come here. And Ash, come here. After this, I'm going to have you guys start getting involved. So, you have two individuals who are militia level. These two perhaps have either made their lives as a bandit killing unarmed fucking people, or they've gotten training that is necessary for like a militia or something. But whatever it is, it's not up to par. Militia level will have a lot of mistakes, a lot of trips, a lot of misses, a lot of miscalculations. All right, it should look like two novice fighters. All right. 3, 2, 1, begin. Something that also helps is between two fighters when they're going at it, obviously there'll be fear. A lot of people forget that. They're all stoic. People often stay silent when fighting. But adding to that can make you feel different things while fighting. Whether it's elation, excitement, fear, rage, whatever it might be. But these two are swinging their weapons very wildly. There's not a lot of tact to it. A lot of charges back and forth looking for wide swings and openings. Nicodemus, you're going to take an injury. I want some brawler behavior from you, Nicodemus. There's a bit of rage there. You don't want to die.
Yeah, stop it. Slap the knife here.
You still have your weapon. Very fucking nice. And finish it, Ash.
God damn it.
That's why you don't beat women, man. They always
Beautiful fucking fight.
Whoa, and woman.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It looked exactly like two people who are not trained in any way, shape, or form that have a basic understanding of the weapon were trying to survive while fighting each other. That's fucking awesome.
Survival.
Good shit. Yerf, get out of here. Stop being lazy.
Ah, you're right.
Take your rifle out.
He's old.
Huzzah.
I didn't have to say anything.
Oh,
Storm, do you have your pratfall stuff ready?
Conditioned.
I've just been well used.
Oh Jesus.
He just fucking does it.
Yes, murder that civilian. Do it, Hans.
Okay, so
Away from me.
all jokes aside, there's also ranged combat in FT. Okay? It is hard to see sometimes. Hard to tell who is hit. This is why we say to you, Church, go ahead and just fire in my general direction. Obviously that didn't hit me, if you could see it. I saw it. But seeing it, it was obviously aimed at me. I'm going to take that hit. So when it comes that way, I'm going, ah, fuck! And carry on fighting. If it happens to be a second time as an NPC, I'm dead. I'm just going to take that death. My lives as an NPC are infinite. Alright? I will just give the fucking kill. Easy peasy. Alright? Obviously, if you're an established NPC, you take the wound and then you wait till you're rolled for. And see if it was even a landing wound. But we do that to keep the flow of things rolling. Okay? Ranged combat, when done well, can look extremely great and can also control the battlefield. Alright, the more that ranged is known and understood and respected, the more it will find itself on the battlefield and can dynamically change encounters when it comes to ambushes or comes to reaction to gunfire. Leroy, come out here. I haven't seen you in forever. Get up. Storm, you're wrestling with Leroy. You have a knife in your hand, and you're going through his neck. Okay? So you two are super close to each other. Now, what I want you to do, this is the goal here, for everybody in mind. Obviously, Yerf is going to be trying to assist his Imperial brother. But there is two issues right now. One, Storm, who's going to be shot, can't see him. Okay? He needs Storm to be able to see him so he can take that shot and it's obviously convey with him. Now, obviously, if he has situational awareness, Storm's going to be aware that something like that is happening. So when you're in a position like that, you're going to go out of your way to try and make sure that you can see the aggressor. You can see whoever it is that's taking that shot at you. All right? So he'll either make a show of, like, while he's struggling with him with the knife, to turn more towards Yerf so he can see the shot coming. And when the shot's taken, he just takes it. He doesn't wait for somebody to tell him. The only exceptions to this is when you're, like, you know, a big bad or something of the sort. Obviously, we don't want you to drop dead. But that is the predicament that Yerf is in. When I say begin, Storm, Leroy, you are going to, while maintaining your roleplay scenario, maneuver the logistics of being able to see that you're getting shot at. And Yerf, when you know that you can see it, you're going to shoot him. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Get him out of the way, I'm moving into a better line of sight. Move him! Hey,
So, a couple things about that was perfect. Yerf used verbal communication, so if Storm didn't know, he fucking does now. Get him into line of sight. Line of sight? Am I about to get shot? Looks over. Oh, fuck. I am. And now he's able to react appropriately. Leroy, fucking... I didn't even visualize it. He was like, nah! And just fucking pushed him so he'd be in the line of fucking sight. No risk to himself. Perfectly done. Beautiful.
One less terrorist.
One less terrorist in the world. Isn't that right, Victor?
Yes.
Can we just take a moment to admire how cool Dredge looks? Just leaning like a quest giver against a building. waiting.
He's smiling.
He's smiling too.
That is terrifying.
He's doing the bad smile. All right, so this is what I want. DMs, please get a count of everybody here so we can split them up evenly across from each other. Do so now, please.
There's the quest giver. The quest giver.
What kind of shady quest is this?
Let the hot dog count you. Please do not move.
23 people in the world, take away the DM.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Can't touch it.
We don't do math.
I need to get them used to working with the numbers.
35, 36. 13 on each side.
I mean, don't shoot him.
Then he'll be a cooktop.
What?
Perfect.
What, man?
Go ahead and spread them out so they're facing each other, and then we'll hand out the avatars being used. I want them online, combatant to combatant. Obviously, Tosh is resting.
It's because I can take two. Sorry.
And a fight, right?
Back to non-combatant mode.
Just
Go ahead and start getting lined up on either side of the road. Face each other, combatants towards combatants.
You guys over there.
Last one to be paired up. I don't know. We'll throw tomato emojis at you or something.
I take offense to it.
Good.
Would rather be pizza. Hey, buddy.
Make sure you have adequate space. Adequate space. I want humanoids, no animals. No monsters. Humanoids. Talking to you, Durdley.
Yeah, go for it. I'm trying to find
You
it.
little
I'm trying to find
fucking
Found the fresh
rat.
one.
Little rat bastard.
Keep sliding down this way. You guys keep sliding. Just keep sliding down that way. Keep sliding down.
Yes, God.
Excellent.
Be down here, I guess.
You out here, slide down. Keep going. There's a whole space down there that's not being
This is
used.
not a
Slide
fair
down.
fight.
Down. Come on.
I see.
It's fine.
Well, Oak, wanna switch?
Mother.
Season 2.
Kill them.
Is everybody paired up with somebody? Except for one on my right side?
I mean, you're fighting that one or that one.
You little bitch.
So what?
I'll have an avatar if I'm the one fighting Ash.
Pugilist.
Bring it down.
Ash and O.
Okay. Ray sets to Todd. Cheesinator to Leroy. Luna to Raz. White Feather to Storm. And so on and so forth, please. Spread out so you're directly across from each other. Whoever's left out, you'll be given an opponent. Worry not.
Indirect and Nico.
I'll take 2.
Yeah, same.
Just saying this now. This
You're on the wrong mic, Mailman.
I'm dying. I'm dying. I don't have one day. Holy shit.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I'm already dying. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you wanna know? Fuck you, I have both.
I have COVID. You will die.
You have COVID?
What?
Fucking weak immune system over here.
Everybody point and laugh at Yura for having a weak immune system.
Uh-huh.
And now he's aggressive. You made him aggressive now. So whoever's
Thanks.
against him, I'm sorry. Who's your opponent, Yura?
Hi. You know, it's fine. I could die again. It's been 2 sessions.
Is everyone paired up? If you are not paired up, raise your hand. If you are not paired up, raise your hand.
You know, let's make it a little bit more fair.
Excellent. This is what your goal is. With everything that we have discussed, conveyance of your weapon, your movements, okay? Injuries, that 90-degree angle, keeping your vision and your sound apparent to your opponent. I want all that to be practiced. My DMs, I want you watching our trial NPCs, so you can give them some tips and pointers after this back and forth. You are only fighting the person you're across from. When you, in your own time, bring this fight to a conclusion, sit down. so we know you're done. Okay? One last thing. I don't want you guys going into last stand mode, which is I stab you and then I fall down and you fall down, but it looks like I'm gonna die, but I stab you and then oh you're hurt, but then you stab me. Don't do that. Okay, come to a definitive ending conclusion to your fight that looks and feels good. All right? Move over, Ladia. Get ready to begin. 3, 2, 1. Engage your opponent. You're able to spread out away from the center with your opponent.
See what else you have in store.
Remember, full-on conveyance.
Oh, you bitch!
Beautiful, Todd. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Well fucking
Oh. Pay for that one.
Okay.
Let's go. Start bringing these fights to a close. Very nice, Luna. Very fucking nice. Good conveyance. Oh, shit, Nomad. No. Don't.
What loot do you have on you?
Nomad Belchio,
10
beautiful.
coins.
Picture of his family. A lot of kids.
You. A key.
Oh my god, Clock. Jesus fucking Christ. Bloodthirst. Fucking beautiful. Everybody actually did really fucking well. I have little to no constructive criticism. Beautiful fucking job. Beautiful fucking job. Alright. Switch up your opponents. Line back up. Switch up your opponents. Line back up.
Ash,
Yes, hello.
want to do that fight now?
I don't think we can.
Oh, okay. If you can't, no.
This is Cregan rejoining.
No, you're sitting out. You're breathing too hard. Don't die.
If you get me an axe crossfit.
Alright. Be right back. Good axe.
Everybody should be lined up. Everybody should be lined up. I'm seeing a lot of gaps over there on that side. Are you all lined up? All right. So, a lot of you are directionally challenged. This is what I need. Listen up, please. The person that you're across from, please walk up to them in the center and stand in front of
There's
them.
no one-handed ones.
It's fine, that's perfect. Technically, she uses us too, anyways.
I mean, you're
Alright.
filthy.
Now, if you wound up standing by yourself, please go ahead and adjust to the end of the line, all the way by the entrance, so you may face against an opponent.
I stepped on my tether and
Turn
I
to
blacked
Lily.
out.
Let's do this.
Yep, I'm doing it.
You're doing fine, bro tag. Don't worry.
I'm just scared my tether's gonna break and I'm gonna permanently can't. It's gonna be permanent. Oh, God, no, dude. Get out of here. You're DM. Oh, get out of here, Team Deathmatch.
All right.
You're not an NPC.
At this time, everybody here should be across from their opponent. Go ahead and grab your opponent by the throat and bring them to a different part of the courtyard so you can duel.
Over this way.
Yep.
Right here.
Yeah, everybody grab each other's throats.
Alright.
Storm
Scenario?
instantly gave up.
We're just training, one of us yields.
Yep.
Okay?
All right. The last person to die and the evolution after this gets a prize, all right? It's going to be great. All right.
Yeah.
So, as soon as you're done fighting the person that you're against, you will sit down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin.
You ready?
Of course I'm ready. Wait, wouldn't it be? Good one. Trained you well. You hit me. Good.
Wouldn't be trained if I didn't.
Remember to keep the flow. Keep the flow. No hesitation.
You okay?
I'm okay. Oh, that hurt a little though.
Come at me then, Lily.
Don't be afraid to go on the offensive and attack each other. Put yourself into the character's shoes. Fight for your life.
Come on. Oh. Oh.
Very nice, Oracle. Very nice. It's just something so cathartic seeing Yer fly over their dead. All right, start to bring your fights to a close.
Hooks your ankle. Yield. Yield.
Grabs your ankle and pulls.
You'd be correct.
Yield.
I'm so proud of you. I yield.
Guess I didn't want to hit you anymore.
Grabs you around your waist and
Beautiful, Naval. Beautiful Storm and Clock.
that was good. That was really good.
Bring those
Just think
fights
soon
to a
we'll be able
close
to
if you
fight with
haven't already.
everyone.
That's what happened.
Beautiful.
You made a lot of good friends.
I'm seeing a lot of good fucking fights. More than usual. A lot of fucking effort. This is really fucking good. I like it. All right, everybody to the center. So, this is what I want. Listen up, please. Ladies and gentlemen. Cena, are you okay? The way you move is unsettling. Oh my god. Do that again? Oh god. Xena just needs a moment. Leave her alone. All right. So, this is something that I enjoy a little bit more. All right. It is an absolute 110% free-for-all. You will all be fighting each other, and the last man standing gets a reward. Now, what you should be focusing on is not winning, but on the etiquette of your combat, which is what we're going to be watching. My DMs are going to be coming in at random to different fights and rolling, whether it is for injuries, whether it is for progression, whatever it is that they decide in that moment. This is as much practice for them as it is for you. So you are able to spread out with pairs, different pairs than before. Make sure you're all humanoid. You're too excited over there. I'll let you have that soon, I promise.
I might need to sit down.
Make sure you're all humanoid. All right, Clock, I'm going to break your fucking arms. I'm going to break your fucking arms a little bit. And I'm going to shove you in a graham cracker box.
She's not doing
And
so
you're gonna
great
die.
with her
I'm drowning you
breathing.
in fucking milk. Get out of the urn! That's not humanoid! All right. You guys are going to be pairing up with each other. Listen up. You're going to be pairing up with each other and fighting. Whoever it is, that is the first one to win against their
Don't bleed
opponent.
yet.
You will pick up anyone else. Whoever else is there. You can even interrupt the fight in the non-lethal fashion that I described.
We're so fucked.
Ensure that you follow the guidelines that have been given to maintain this the way that it should be. Go ahead and pick your pairs and spread out. Make sure you're in FT or FT related avatars, Mr. Mountain Man.
I'm going over.
Spread out, please.
We're not going to last long, shall we? You wanna go
Yeah,
over there?
we'll start out against each other. Here, we'll start out against each other and we'll be over here.
I know she's having a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
She's not fighting.
Go ahead and spread out with your pairs.
It's Severick v. Lily. Right here, how about right here? How's that sound? Just an hard effect. You wanna know what song I'm using, CrossFit? Unwilling Violence.
Nice.
Fitting, isn't it?
Speaking of which,
Is that Severick with a pitchfork?
yep.
CrossFit, you better fucking murder them.
I'm going for a field goal in a minute.
All right.
And
This is
militia
what I
hand to
want. This
hand.
is going to be exhausting. Focus on everything that we have described up to this point. All the training that we've gone through, the pointers that you've been given, I want you to accentuate that with this combat. At this point in time, the person across from you is your combatant. You will fight to the death, and then once that first combatant is dead, you will move on to the next. Last man standing gets a prize. DMs, stand by. 3, 2, 1, begin! Begin!
How dare you take the good death? Grab. Lift up in the air. Ah. 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 Just grabs you. Tries to pull it out of your hands. Ah. From behind. Grabbed.
Do me a favor. Catch.
Ah.
Everyone pause.
I died again.
I know.
You died
You did
once
so
more.
good. I'm very proud of you. You died a warrior's death this time. You killed someone first.
Yeah.
Then you died.
If Cedric didn't despawn, I was gonna pick up the pitchfork with him on it and sling it over my head.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah. Ow. Oh shit.
Now you can't step me your It's a huge arming sword. If it makes you feel.
Of course it's huge.
If it makes you feel good, cross. I fought. Oh god, my frames. I fought Salim, Erebus' Salim, as that armor the Oak is in. And I literally, this thing didn't do anything to me, so I put my sword away and started beating the shit out of him. Then when he's like, end the fights, I pulled my sword out, he blocked the attack, I used that weight to push him down. I grabbed his head, lifted it up, and slammed it into the side of blade. And the sword was flying to the ground. It was brutal.
Oh, Jesus.
What else is new?
I didn't know he existed until season 3, and I only watched Return Haven.
I gotta figure out where.
I need my chair, good sir. Please sit.
This season,
I gotta find out
I've
where
been
my
watching more people, but I just don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna find out right now.
Doing my best.
Ah, joke's on you.
Can't believe this. I have been betrayed by a chair. Can't believe this.
Dumb hole.
Welcome to that club.
Time for my finishing move.
Cat just stole my sword.
No! Scrungle, don't do it! Scrungle, don't do it!
Connor versus Volk. Oh god.
This is never an option.
No, wait! Scrungle, keep doing it! Kill that one!
It reminds me of Sword Art Online.
Don't look
On the
behind
bridge,
Yeah.
they have the fucking cat in it for no reason. It's like, Mr. Whiskers, how did you survive that fall? No one can survive that fall.
Huh? Who said that? Wait, I'm confused.
Me.
Am I not visible for
No.
you?
Papa,
I'm a
no!
ghost.
Yeah, I've been here.
Hello.
Oh well.
I guess I'm a ghost.
Didn't know that I could turn invisible, did you? Oh wait, no, you didn't. Never mind.
I did. I'm sorry, I needed a chair. Because my other one decided to kick me in the chest and then run away like a nerd.
Mr. Whiskers,
What?
you betrayed me!
I'm pointing to Europe.
I thought we were bestest friends forever.
I just got here. Why are you accusing me?
I just got here.
Listen, I have a few wonderful, beautiful people who I adore very much that lets me sit here, so.
Oh,
I need to get this battery.
One
Crassus, did you miss out on the Lily Severick
people who
fight?
I enjoy very much.
Oh.
Yeah, the Lily Severick fight was great.
Murder. Lily's just like, didn't care.
Anytime I see Swap, I just.
You stole my kill with all the views.
my full body fucked up, so like I had.
Everyone saw you die, only the bathhouse saw me.
And he went down to the worst way to die, falling damage.
No! Leave the cat alone!
Cat, don't lose my sword.
Destroy the cat.
It's a beautiful, yeah, it's beautiful man Crassus. Look at he. Look at this beautiful man.
Hello.
So fucking slow.
I'm actually exhausted. Holy fuck.
Almost destroyed my full body tracking there. That was not fun.
Oh fuck. Good job, Scrungle.
Oh, now I gotta go check. Where's my coat? I gotta check my pockets.
I'm so
I think that
comfortable.
Church is
Thank
trying
you,
to
Andre.
find the Strider voice mod. You're welcome.
Probably.
It's one of those.
It's one of what?
It's one of those. He's in one of them.
Yep, it's
I know
one of them.
each DM has their own.
No, stronger.
I like that Bruns's chat has them as mocks whenever it's a different DM. So Mach K for Kimchi, Mach B for Brunswick, Mark F for Frenchie.
They do that in my chat too.
So good. Really? I love that.
Yeah, that's how we tell them apart. Except instead of mock, it's type.
I love them.
Because
Go Scrungle, go.
it also causes with marks. Usually it's with a number. Typing is less, so it works better with typing.
That's why I never use ranged weapons. An expired. What do I even
Like if we ran Reticons another Strider and Kimchi was playing it, it would be Strider Type K Mark II.
Like I literally like if I would just like let him get one shot off.
I've been thinking about this a little bit too much.
One of the moves that I'm going to use is Basil. If any of the guards end up on top of me while we're fighting, I'm going to do what I did to Lily, which is grab them with my legs and go fucking side turn.
It would kill you instantly.
I yielded and everything too. You were over me, but I switched over and just fucking wrapped my legs. And
As I said,
Nope.
it would collapse your throat.
you still won that one, regardless. I yielded. I just wanted one last bit.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't care.
But the thing is, you can't.
We'll just say that was a dream for
We did a
Basil.
training match instead of killing.
There's a reason they had back then. They had devices you'd have that assist you in playback.
What could have been?
That's why the whole this is here.
What could have been?
We never did have a duel.
I'm dying.
It's true, we didn't.
Andre, the lever where you just go like.
You like how I just switched it from the sword to brawling?
Different machines that help you pull your
I
string.
did. I actually really like that.
It's because Lily wouldn't want to hurt you.
I'm very proud. Yeah.
Yeah, Lily doesn't want a chance hurting you with the
Notice
sword.
I kept on just trying to stop your sword. I never once actually swung at you knowing that I would actually hit you. I
Yeah.
knew because of all the martial training that you've been doing with Mira and you would duck.
Oh, thank you.
It's Scrungle, the best cat.
Oogie Scrungle.
Oh yeah, I did give Forge Cat a moment at the grave too.
Okay, listen. The only reason being is because they pogged at me.
Scrungle.
It's literally, that's it. Don't worry, I love Forge Cat too, but...
I'll remember this.
Yeah, Forge Cat did.
I always see Forge Cat. I never see Scrungle. Okay, I miss Raz so much. I have to. You've been gone too long.
Everybody misses Scrungle.
Oh, Raz,
I miss
sorry if our
Scrungle
fight
because
was a
of
little.
I haven't seen you in so long.
Brad, sorry if our fight was a little thing. I haven't fought you too much before, so I was kind of learning your fight style as we were fighting.
I think we're down to the final four.
I wish that was true, but our players all know like good.
So they even hit the slow one.
Oh. I miss you, Raz. Come back, you nerd.
Damn.
You'll get him next time.
That's not Pog.
I believe
That's
it
not
says
Pog at all.
Is that the Pog?
No, there's one of them
You
that's
should have one that
angry,
goes
and it looks
"Oh."
very similar to
It goes
Pog.
"Oh."
That's
No, there's
shot.
one that O's.
Way too long. It's like at the end of
Which one is it?
It goes
They're all
"Oh."
like in Japanese.
Hold on. Look at me.
I can't remember which one is it.
I'm just like going.
I know you've done it.
See your face towards me, and I will show. That one.
Oh, there it is.
That one.
Your job is not yet done.
Look to your left.
Raz.
Look to your left. That's
Oh.
the
Which
Pog.
one's that one again?
But
It's closed fist on your left hand.
the way my PC.
Okay,
it's a
well
gesture.
I'm going through the menu. I know
It's
there's-
not
there's
in
a-
the radical menu.
All right, let's wrap these fights up. Last three alive.
Oh.
I've done it with the gesture is like my my controllers are finicky. If I leave them on.
See, I just love cats though, so like, see, I'm only biased because Pog. That's literally it. Otherwise, I love Forge Cat. You save Lily.
Tosha, come sit here, please. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it's
Now our view is ruined.
How have you been enjoying it? I've been watching bits and pieces of your fighting. You've been doing
Do you
good.
already know what the reward's gonna be?
Yes.
So if not, I don't like it. Okay.
I would say so, yeah.
Keep up the good work. All right, you're doing great. No, good work.
All right, these are last two DMs. They're all yours. Something I've always enjoyed about Vinelm's fighting is he puts his whole body into it. Really accentuates his movements. Puts his whole ass back into it.
Puts the entire Vermisi into it.
What?
Good thing I'm wearing plate, otherwise you would have broken my legs.
Oh yeah, deadly. I was also planning on doing a leg drop too.
What? That would kill me instantly.
Yes.
I know.
They did. You want a pocket wench? Hold on.
A pocket winch?
Pocket wench. Hold on, I'm getting there.
Oh no.
Nice roll.
Beautiful.
I'm not done yet.
You see, oh my god.
But I'm not done yet.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, I forgot what happened.
Your flame's almost bigger than you.
Pocket wench.
Yep.
Yeah, you keep molding
Exactly.
How are you a wench?
You should stop touching fire.
No, see, they put me in a box and I dance on a music box. That's all I do.
Beautiful!
There we go.
Beautiful!
As they said back in the olden times.
It's very strange to be like right in the ear, like it's like
Actually, blur. So the correct terminology.
Conversation in my head.
Thumbelina.
friend. Absolutely, Athena. Let's go. Yellow lettering.
Ashton, you again to
This is so
Tinkerbell.
weird being this. I am so small. It feels weird.
You do it literally.
The Mother calls. There you go.
I think you're.
There we go for the mountain
Yeah,
and the
you're
overhead
about the
stack.
size of.
Oh my god! Fuck yeah! Fucking round of applause for all our fighters. Last man standing. Vinelm. Well done, everyone. Good fight, Cregan, Vinelm. Good fight, everyone. Beautiful. Vinelm, you have won your mail order bride, Slop.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh! Oh yeah! Everybody wins! Oh my god! Jesus.
Oh god.
Our Urbana Khmer. Beautiful.
Wherever you go, I go.
Okay,
What
let's
the
go.
fuck?
Fucking beautiful. Everybody go ahead and take a sink, drink some water. Alright, take a seat and drink some water. Good fights all around. You guys did so well. That looked so fucking good. I still have fog in my headset.
You worked hard.
It's hot in my room, but I have a fan behind me and the window's open, so it's like hot air, cold air, foggy lenses. You guys did fucking great. I'm loving the combat that I'm seeing. There's a couple of things that I'm going to throw in there, because we're not done yet by any means. I'm going to take a break, relax. Now, outside of humanoid enemies, obviously they'll act a particular way. Elves are more graceful. They usually use lighter weapons. Dwarves are more gruff and durable, usually prone to being angered or fighting to the last. Humans that can be either or, back and forth. Best and worst of both worlds. Drow that usually rely more on ranged weapons or faster weapons and lighter armor. Hobbits that are fucking wild card and can be anything between a farmer running at you with a fucking pitchfork covered in pig shit, or somebody might have rigged him up to be a fucking sapper with a bomb on his back. I don't know. Bjornings that are incredibly fucking strong will outclass all other humanoids in strength, except for orcs. So there's a lot of things that we know in the back of our head that we can kind of alter our playstyles to when we portray these fights. It's important that that flavor is added when you're fighting. It gives your fights that much more of a dynamic feeling. For instance, we all saw Raz. Now, obviously, they have a play space that allows them to do that. That's not the same for everyone. But there's something to be annotated about the gracefulness of the movements, even with just the arms, the wide windmills that seem guided, you know, almost like flowing water, right? And then you have more aggressive ones that are like, you know, dwarves that are like, hunger, fungal, and just fucking wave whatever the fuck they can, just trying to break what they hit. Less tact, more strength. You know, you keep things like that in mind when you're fighting, and when a bunch of people are fighting in one place, you can tell the difference, and it looks really fucking good. And some of you saw some really cool fights. We all want to have fights like that, right? We all want to be able to engage in cool shit like that, yeah, and have our own moments, absolutely, and we want to give that to you. And the way we do that is through practice. Okay? Now, while that's the case for humanoids, there are also monsters, right? There's different types of creatures that act different ways, right? Awesome, come out here, please. You have, like, basic myceliums, like shrooms. Usually one slice, their body's extremely soft. They're going to go down. The thing with them is as they fight you more because they're part of a hive mind, they start to get better. And the longer the mission goes on, some of them get better and better and better. Until what was once a cakewalk for the players, they're now fighting for their fucking lives because they're mimicking what they're doing, right? There's a caveat to some of these enemies. Thank you, Awesome. Then we have fucking Agmadrod orcs, like the ones that Church is in. Alright? They're fucking much bigger than any man. They're on par with or stronger than Bjornings. And they're definitely stronger than regular orcs. They're intelligent. These are different than the other orcs we've seen. The regular green orcs are more barbaric and savage. While they do have savagery to them, they also have intelligence and cunning. They understand tactics, which is terrifying. Thank you, Church. Oh, come out here. Obviously, things like fucking trolls, right? If somebody gets hit by a troll, in the majority of the scenarios we do, it is an instant crit. If it's a NPC ally or enemy, it's an instant death. These things are no fucking joke. The bigger the enemy, the more dangerous they fucking are. If that thing grabs you, more often than not, you're grabbed. There's no fucking breaking out of that grasp unless someone helps you. Or unless you get rolled for and, like, maybe you stabbed into its fucking wrist nervous system or whatever the fuck. But obviously, between you and him, he's likely going to fucking win. Right? Monstrous in strength and durability. Thank you, Oak. Come out of here, Crosspit. You have some creatures from the north. Alright? We all know what this is. The name fucking escapes me. I'm buying time. to remember what the name is. Yes, I wanted to say Durgar. Draugr. Right? So in the FT world, there are Northmen who are cursed by Baenir that either renounced him or renounced an oath or something of the sort, and they are bound here rather than ever finding rest. Very similar to a regular Draugr. But they can take a bunch of slices, cuts, stabs, hits. I mean, essentially they're undead. You have to, like, straight up mutilate them, destroy the head kind of shit. Some of them are slow and shambling because the avatar is editable. There's a most basic version that are just trapped husks. They're of low risk but high in number. And then sometimes you have those that retained what they were, who they were, and how well they fought. And that is a danger in itself. Thank you, Crossfit.
No problem.
Go ahead, bring the stone golem over here. I saw him out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, son of a...
Well, we've only seen these very rarely. But obviously, looking at something like that, you're not fighting that. Literally not fighting that. The only, like, for instance, Dredge, maybe, with his fucking anchor. That kind of bludgeoning fucking weapon. They get hit by that, more than likely you're going to get crit. That thing grabs you, there's literally no fighting back. It's made of stone. It's an animated golem. Right? So we react to these things in particular ways that make sense, and a DM doesn't have to dictate to you what you do because you already know, because there's a trust system and you have the knowledge. Thank you. Durley, come here. Obviously, we have our legally distinct rat men that are very aggressive in nature, low in intelligence, but enough to understand basic commands, formations. Some are more intelligent than others. They're very skittish, I should say. They rely on smell more than sight, and they are very, very deadly in large numbers. Some of them are different. Some are more assassin-like. Some are more commander-like. I'm sure there's some sort of other instance of legally distinct rat men in the world that you can kind of make the connection with, that they would probably be similar to if two artists got in a room and were like, oh, well, yeah, let's exchange notes. Thank you, Dudley. Yes, wind.
The better boy. Of course, the fisherman.
Get out of your system. Go ahead, do your dance.
Do a little dance, Nicole.
He's proud of himself. Be proud for him. Okay. Recently reintroduced. They're called Barakoi. Very low intelligent creatures. Very fucking savage. When they were introduced, they were in the middle of their breeding season, so they were all exhausted. But otherwise, outside of that, they're very deadly, dangerous, and carnivorous, and they hunt in packs, and they infest shorelines. They're not really good fucking things to be around, and they're very invasive. But they'll behave in particular ways that are lower in intelligence and higher in aggression. Don't understand it. Hit with rock. Break it. Caveman style. Right? That's the kind of people they are. Thank you, Win. And there's plenty more examples and plenty more things. But the point is that when we portray these creatures, we bear these caveats in mind. So when we portray them, the combat reflects that. Okay? So, my veteran NPCs, come over here, please. Still too close. Severe number disparity. If you want to support the TNPCs, go stand on that hill.
I can shout commands if necessary. Good. Nope. More than enough
Perfect.
people
This is good.
to support.
Trial by
Yeah,
fire.
more than enough to support. Yeah.
Time to shout your
We'll just throw bigger enemies at him.
Ava, come back over here. Vlad, come back over here. Belshio, come back over here. Numbers should be more or less evened out. All of you go back with the TNPCs, please. Away we go! Alright, so this is what I want to do. Okay? You know that, obviously, we do, fuck me. We do, scenarios. We're going to be using that ravine again. Alright? So I'm going to have all of you be, red orcs. Oak obviously stays what you are. Church obviously stays what you are. Everybody else, I want to switch into red orcs, please. Not where they can see you! Get down here!
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
Get down. Hit the floor.
I think I still have all the versions if you need them.
Welcome to the Grand Canyon, kids.
Wow. I love California. Go ahead and switch into red orcs, please.
I have them all. This is the light one.
He's got one here. Yep, light.
Oh, no, you're using the new one. No, use the red orcs.
You can choose this one right here, everyone. It has all the options. Andre made sure of that, so you don't have to go into 3 different models.
Oh, it has them. Sweet.
Alright, perfect.
So I should save this one and then favorite every other one.
Okay, so, this is what I want.
Okay.
Listen closely, please. Obviously, you have a brutal advantage. Alright? What I'm going to have our veteran NPCs on the other team do is die and come back as reinforcements. Right? They'll keep dying. They're going to be one-offs. I want you to treat our TNPCs like they're players. Obviously, brutalize them, but in this scenario, so they can get more practice in, let them come out on top. Make it good fights. Alright? Be intimidating. Show how strong these guys are. Don't hesitate to throw people around. I'm going to be telling the other veteran NPCs to help you portray that, with you getting easier
Timmy, thank you for the follow.
than any of them on you. Now I want you guys to do, go over, oh my god, my hand, over on the road there and turn invis and wait for further instructions. Go ahead and, DMs, move them down a channel.
Alright.
Time to go.
All the orcs, go ahead and drop into NPC 2.
Is it normal for the grip in the hand to be a little weird? The weapons for
I didn't make it.
Okay, never mind then.
Guys, you're not going all the way to the end. Here, just all he said was just come on the road. So here, where I am right now.
That was not mature.
We're not using trolls.
told to stay in this model.
Yes,
Never
you
mind then.
said, Kimchi.
Okay. Didn't hear that.
We'll go invisible then.
I am invisible. But I accidentally hit the club off.
I'm gonna go grab some of the drink real quick. Be right back.
In the meantime,
actually
you're
so-
doing anything. Try to
What
find
I'm
a
hearing
good
is
orc
go
voice and
easy on
voice
newer guys, be a bit more brutal with the veterans.
Not necessarily easier, just give them a cinematic
I use
fight.
the Titan invoice mode.
They're gonna be treated like player characters for the purposes of this demonstration, and then the veteran NPCs are gonna be treated as like regular NPCs, like on animation.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words, you can still engage
Test.
PCs here.
Just
with
don't
aggression.
be forcing
You're not murking
like.
them.
Don't be like over like trying to kill him.
Don't be doing like death blows on them, you know, like intentionally.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we
you
have
land
2
the death
DMs to
blow
tell
and
us
you
what to
make,
do,
like,
so
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
land
play
the
with your
death
meat
blow,
type of it.
and like you make the sound.
What
Just
do you
don't like
mean?
don't
Your
convey
three
that.
people
You know,
DMs come
always
tell us
it's
what to
always
do.
gonna be a roll by like one of the DMs.
A lot more of the. Less of that.
Not always, but it's
I'm gonna
easier.
toss a motherfucker into another motherfucker. That's my plan.
Like, did it hit? Did it miss?
So who
In other
who
words, just
won
listen
the
to DMs,
the death
and
ball
spread the
fight?
good
Was
news
it
to
was it
how many
was
of
it
us?
Severick or Lily?
Lily won.
Why am I not surprised?
I stabbed him with his own pitchfork.
and then but Lily also won ours too, but after I yielded, I flipped them. Like a little fucking gremlin.
I'm thinking just hit this one. I guess we'll see.
I had Volk cave my head in, so POV
Ah, so
Sanders
that's
in
who
the
came
wrong
in.
timeline. It was fun because like I was like standing around looking around. Yeah. Well, Volk's already dead, so.
Smile.
No, they got rid of all of that. Don't worry about it.
There we go.
I flipped them.
But yeah, no, it was fun. It was dead, so. It was fun to duel bronze because I was just standing around looking for someone to.
Oh,
Legacy
I
Bro
forget.
Leo,
Church,
but
can you
no
drop
one
down for one sec?
And we went at it. It was fun. He beat my ass thoroughly.
So yeah, are we saying that Duel was Basil's dream after her pirate adventure?
Yeah.
None of this is canon.
Wow.
Dreams are never canon.
Fucking hot in my house.
We can dream, can't we?
No, not an FT.
They're only nightmares.
Or in this case,
There is
so much
only
nightmares.
pain. Dreams and aspirations in this setting?
Listen, if we don't have dreams, what do we have? Hope?
Who needs that?
Goals. Who's objective? Survive.
When you're birthed into this world, you see above your head, objective, survive.
Pretty much.
You hit the start and it just says hardcore mode.
I'm just saying, whenever anyone gets into melee with Aegon, they just see a Dark Souls health bar and music starts playing.
Yeah, it held pretty well.
And then the name Aegon the Wolf highlighted in red. Uh-oh.
Any player character goes up
You know,
against
like-
NPC in a fight. Dark Souls fight, music starts playing. Player's name at the bottom.
Pretty
They
Dude,
said,
that
you know
was
why they
really
call him the
fucking
wolf,
cool
right?
what Aegon was pulling.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
That was cool
Thank you.
shit.
Good fight, good fight.
I need to. That's why I like fighting Vinehelm so much. He's such a pleasure to duel with.
Yeah.
Who was it that I was fighting? Who was the... Hang on. There was one guy I was fighting during the one-on-ones. I thought he
Pat the
did really
Crassus.
well. Where is he? He's still here?
Me first in the
No. TD.
Oh no.
I really like him. He did very well.
My voice.
TD Depp. I like him. He did really well.
God? Pretty good.
Todd is an amazing role player. Hats off to him, literally.
Yeah, he did
We have a lot of
very
good
well.
people. We have a lot of good
Yes.
people.
I'm excited to see Todd and FT, I'll admit.
It is actually really nice to see, with like every time we do these workshops, we have to do less and less drilling because more and more people are just like passively learning how we do these stuff. Really nice, actually.
Yeah, well, I do know from
I like-
September.
I like to think that like what we learn here kind of like passively leaks off to other groups every now and then. And so like that standard of combat slowly rises.
Alright, where's my fucking Godfrey music? Well,
Every day is getting closer,
Oh, thank God that call ended. Oh, Lord.
Man, if we could somehow convince Brunswick to let the Clover Chief jump down the bear play, it would be hilarious. I think that would be great, but it'd be instant. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I know.
Day 7. They still have not figured out that I am not one of them.
He's just the little brother to all the orcs.
I have successfully brainwashed and gaslit every single orc in this entire pack that I am one of them. They begin to question my fishy scent and molting skin, but alas, still lives them. God. You ever have two? You ever seen two Germans yell at each other for an hour and a half? I have.
That's too specific to be a meme, so I kind of want to hear this story.
So the reason why I wasn't in is because I had a very peculiar work meeting because my buddy, who I work for essentially is like my best friend. He runs like an online business, and one of our partners is in Germany. So obviously like a very weird discrepancy of time. Well, this German in particular only gets up at like the weirdest like hours ever. Like I said, like over there I think is what it started like at 8. He's up at like some weird fucking hour it is in Germany right now. So for an hour and a half I essentially was sitting in on a conversation because I was needed to be there, seeing as all staff members or everything, or people obviously just working for the company needed to be present. I sat and listened to if anything the German rep and our if anything my one other buddy, if anything he's technically the translator because he's German, as they essentially argue in German. And then obviously then begin to like lay everything out for the rest of us in English later. So as I sat there listening to this, I was saying like, I don't need to be here. I really don't need to be here right now.
At least you got it translated for you.
But it's not translated
Das ist
in
sehr
real
gut.
time. I get it later, so what's the
It's
point?
essentially it's later that you receive it. Yeah, you hear them fucking screaming at each other, and then like, it was fine normally. And then they start getting like really heated. And I asked my friend what the hell was the problem. It's like apparently someone did something they weren't supposed to, hence why we had the meeting. So it royally pissed them off. So and that's but apparently some of it was also on his end too. So. Yeah, it was essentially like one big like, all right, we gotta clean shit up, and I'm like, why am I here? I don't handle any of this shit. But I was
Because you're a part of the team.
Yeah, but if you can't understand it, you get a transcript later.
You're there for fucking spirit.
You need to understand
I'm there for
that being
team
yelled
support.
It's
at
dumb,
in German
but
is the best option.
There's no such thing as spirit in the. Is it a corporation or just like a small?
No, the moment you get a job, your spirit
Small
dies.
business. Okay, never mind. There's no such thing as spirit in corporate world. Those team building
There
exercises
is.
are bullshit.
You sell it early on.
Oh
You
god.
sell your spirit early on.
I mean,
It just goes to the
shit,
Spirit
man,
Halloween
the thing
store.
We do is we
It's
sell
the only
a
spirit.
fucking essentially a hack to Clash of Clans is literally what we do. That's really all we do. What we do is pretty much
awesome.
illegal. So. Oh
It's so
god.
cool, though.
For people are streaming legally, that was a joke. Continue.
Don't worry.
In Minecraft.
They don't know who we are. Yeah, we don't know who we are. No one knows any of this.
Even
I mean,
we
yeah,
don't know
Clash of
who
Clans
we
and stuff.
are.
Oh shit, here they come. Here they come. Okay, hang.
Oh boy.
Can I punt them off the mountain?
I wish. Oh, they're Imperials. Slaughter them all.
This is Nodus.
Keep them out.
Okay, fine. I'll just uproot a tree grasses and drop it on them.
Oh.
We gotta protect Arn. Everyone, get in there and kill him.
We're orcs. Who's our?
Uh-oh, they fell. Uh-oh. 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 They fell.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, guess we gotta...
Down they go.
It's like a waterfall.
It's the order tide.
I hope that smells funky.
Oh. Every time I do laundry, I wash my face mask. Yeah,
What
you
kind
should.
of face mask
It
do you
makes
have,
your
Ash?
headset stay clean. Mine's because I have an Oculus, I got like an extra piece when it came with my new head strap.
Oh.
So it completely rips
poor soul.
off. No, it's okay. I'm full body. I jerry-rigged everything, so everything works.
I need a face mask that's not foam.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at the
plus 2.
information. Oh, yeah.
I'm Oculus. I'm Oculus.
the
if you want.
program...
The boulder is gonna slide down.
Virtual desktop.
Space calibrator.
Oh, yeah, I fucking hate that thing so much. Hate it so much.
You gotta do your dance.
Give up the halfling.
Calibrate.
Hey, go on.
Well, the thing is that if you get fingers, like little hands, if you get the controllers for it, all you have to do is just do a figure 8 the whole entire time, and it gets your hands in the perfect position, and then you don't have to do the rest of your body.
Kill him.
It'll
Kill
automatically know
him.
where everything is because of where your hands are. Which is nice.
I had like 8 trackers at the time, so I have to like scroll through all of the different options until I found the right one. If I turned everything on at once, so I had to like roll through my head.
You turn
to
on
only turn one on at the
and then
start.
do it.
Yeah.
No.
All right, are these all my enemies in this channel?
That they are.
Excellent.
They have 5 right.
So again, make sure you target the veteran NPCs first. They know to obviously put up a good fight, but wind up getting murdered by you guys. Their respawns are infinite. They lose if the banner goes down, so do not hard target the banner. If the banner gets separated from the formation at some point, I will call for you to go after it. Otherwise, you're attacking the soldiers themselves. All right? Go ahead and spread out on the left and right side of the canyon, and I will tell you when to jump down. The scenario has begun. Stand by, my enemies. DMs, go ahead and DM flavor to them. This is your scenario. Trapman, I'm putting you in here with the enemies so you know what's going on. Go ahead and stop them and have the riflemen scout up ahead. Enemies, start dropping down. Orcs, as soon as you die, give them a breather. You have 1 life. As soon as you die, give them a breather. You have 1 life.
From behind.
Orcs, don't make it impossible for them.
As you fight, this orc right here is aware he has a history of combat, and he raises his sword, deflecting the bayonet away, and continues engaging you.
Glad you're shot from your right. Orcs, fall back! Orcs, fall back! Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Orcs, fall back! Go ahead and run out of sight and turn invisible and wait for the next ambush. All right, I want you guys all right here where I am. All my orcs, low to the ground. Literally all here, low to the ground. You're going to hit their front line like mad. pack yourselves together right up to this point, so you're going to be right on top of them. All right, you're waiting in ambush.
As voices echo out.
Okay, as this charge takes place, there's going to be shots. Jazz King, Naval, Crosspit, Vlad, Awesomet. You're going to go down from the gunfire. Just go in Viz, go to the back of the line, and come back in. 3, 2, 1, charge. Beautiful. All right, Orcs, no more lives after this. No more lives after this.
This Imperial Halberdier swings forward, and with a stab, he's able to
Orc enemy reinforcements fall back. Orcs fall back. Orcs fall back. Fall back and get killed off. Fall back.
But how long can it last? How long will your unit patrol be able to hold up against the Orcish onslaught?
All right. We gotta do this quick. Turn in, Biz. I need to see everybody's names over here. Stop moving around. Okay. Over here where I'm at, Awesomet, Ava Sky, Artavash, Naval, Wind. Come over here. The rest of you are going to be on that side. Actually, give me race sets over here as well. And that's good, yeah. You're going to attack them from two sides. All right. We're going to see how well their formation holds up. So all of you who are here, go up on the ridge behind you and get ready as orcs. And all of you that are over here, do the same. Go up on the ridge and get ready as orcs. When they are in this position, where I am right now, is when I'll tell you to attack. Stand by. DMs, give them flavor going down that tough area.
Up here, they can see you up here. Spindles.
Make sure that when you guys pop into existence, you go down to the roads and then hit them. I want them sandwiched from two different sides. Commander, walk them straight up to the center where that fucking node is. Give them a few moments. Yeah.
That's the orc tree. Some go left, some go right. Spread out. When we run out.
All right, Tosha, you're looking at your map. DMs, give them flavor, make them feel uneasy. If I've moved you down into the enemy area, you're going to look at the map with the commander. You're his lieutenant. You guys are going to argue about directions. Make it very clear that there's an issue. I want you to find up coming to a volatile argument with the commander. And I want you to wind up, Tosha, being forced to fucking stab him for attempting to take command. Do it, Tosha. Orcs, hit him from the roads. Orcs, hit him from the roads. Nerf just come back in as another rifleman. Commander, the banner is in danger. Just keep hitting them over and over and over again. Alright, let me see my troll. Start trundling down one of the roads super slow. Commander, heavy footfalls to your left. Heavy footfalls to your left. Let's go. Be aggressive. Start cutting imps down. Let's go. Be aggressive. I see a lot of orcs standing and being kind. Engage the enemy. Cut down Imperials. Commander, you're losing men. Commander, general retreat. Order retreat. An ordered retreat. Keep them in order.
Boss, you want another respawn of orcs or no?
Yeah, like I said, keep coming.
After that.
DMs, that troll should be ripping through everyone. Seasonator is isolated. Crassus, go fucking murder him. They got it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Pitting you in your flesh against their weight and steel as they slowly get to push you down over and over. You feel the weight of their blows, but your breath is still there barely. But then the wrists and legs begin to crash down.
Commander, if your men remain, you will be wiped out. Commander, halberdier line, halberdier line. Troll. Go for the commander. He's making the most noise. Tosha, make it brutal. Grab him and pick his ass up. Brutalize him. Veteran NPCs. Press him. Or give them time to fall back. You can hear many more coming in your direction.
Moment of a distraction, you can get away, but running backwards will only mean
Start
death.
charging up. Start charging up.
Anything. You see the flag and then
I want the commander leading them.
And with a natural 20 Imperial, you'll find an opening to run back to
Yeah, get the commander up there. Other orcs, make way for the commander. Make way for the commander. All right, some allied riflemen are going to show up. Toach, just slow them down. Don't have them run all the way back. Allied riflemen are going to show up and fire some volleys. Very quickly at the rear. Naval, go be an ally. Leroy, go be an ally. Awesomet, go be an ally. Beginning of the canyon.
Hold it on! Hold it on! Hold it on! We must hold it on!
Unable to be stopped by
Now I know I'm hella late, but you know, a lot of shit came up.
continue to charge forward.
Imperial, you feel the weight of the weapon come in, and you realize quickly you are surrounded at all sides. As the blows come in bit by bit, just barely with the 15, the armor holds, but you are thrown to asunder.
No.
Finishing off what is left. Mopping up and cleaning the valley of this.
Fix my next undershoot. Begins the cause of bodies root that spread from the because they came down and rolling thirdly.
We do these ones? What do we do?
Probably respawn soon as how we all got shot.
Okay.
With a 10, you're able to run back to your lines with haste to continue following orders.
New rifleman, only one life.
Come behind Orc.
From the side. No.
Take a nice little. Finding safety in your numbers.
So many backstabs.
You be careful with that.
I'm getting so.
I'm gonna throw you at you know who.
Relax is good. Yeah. Yeah. I die so much. You die. Right. Yeah, that's the spirit. Let's go. Death.
Last wave. Last wave. Last wave.
Big fucking charge. Come on. Yeah. Go.
monster. Thanks for the cover.
Of course.
I proved my whole blood during my last fight, so I've only got this left.
And that'll be that. Nicely done. Good stuff all around. Go ahead and go up into the channel above.
That was fun.
And with that, the module is completed.
My fellow Imperial subjects, please, return to me. Come hither so we may speak. Return, brothers and sisters. Victory is yours this day.
Refresh your avatar. I fixed the weapons. They're no longer cattywampus.
All right.
Cattywampus?
On this version of the Red Orcs.
Listen up.
My friends. So, we've gone through the basics of what it is that we look for in our combat setting. There's a lot of nuance to it all. A lot of parts of it that are important for you to practice, not only live, but also in your own time. We have plenty of NPCs who love this kind of thing that literally say, hey, you want to go practice combat? And be like, fuck yeah, we'll go practice combat. And then they turn into a scenario and they're off doing roleplay things while practicing combat, which is awesome. Okay? All the things that we went through are very important to memorize and to use in practice. When you do, things only ever look better, feel better. Your enjoyment will spike because of it. The player's enjoyment will spike because of it. And anybody who's watching you and what you do will love it. We always put our cinematics first. We put our stories first. Winning is at the bottom of the list. You tell a story. You recreate emotions and feelings that you would never feel otherwise. Roleplay is a beautiful thing in the sense that it is a living book in my eyes. It is a story that is collectively told by a number of like-minded individuals that want to forge a path or a story about something that either they lived through, were involved in, made happen, or took part of. Everything that's here will always be available to anybody to watch. This is cemented. Once it's on the internet forever. Whether somebody has it on a hard drive somewhere or it's on another site or whatever, your acting, your efforts, your memories with your friends, the stories you told, it'll always be there. It's often said that we all put a little bit of ourselves into the characters we make, be they good or villain. Maybe it's something that you wish you were, or something you wish you could be, or something you admire, or even something that you hate, depending on what the character is. And what's most fulfilling is when those stories are told to a degree where you feel fulfillment from what it was that took place and how many people knew about it, watched it, were affected by it, participated with you. The fighting is a big aspect of that. There is a lot of camaraderie and trust building to be had in situations like that. While it is a large part of the FT universe, it's not all of it. So, by coming here and practicing, you are adding to that enrichment. You're adding to that level of dedication and how good things look. And we're lucky. We're doing something that we love. So work doesn't really feel too much like work sometimes. It's a good workout. I don't feel guilty for being in my room for 4 hours now because I'm sweaty. But at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun and you enjoy this, then together we will continue to try and refine and hone our collective skill. Because in FT, there would be no story without my NPCs. They're the largest driving force of everything and anything. Whether it is a noble, a peasant, a monster, a fortune teller, be they a dock worker, a soldier, an Imperial, an Arlandi, a Gradian, whatever it is, you all create those. And it's those interactions that people will genuinely remember for the rest of their lives. They will. Their mind will float back to favorite storytelling aspects. It might seem silly because we know what it is. It's VR. But there's an aspect to storytelling that's been used since the beginning of time. Around campfires, inside of castles and caves, wherever it may be. Because people like stories. So thank you for helping me create this one. Thank you for giving me your time on a Saturday night and your Tuesdays and Thursdays. And putting that effort forward. I don't have anything else to give you guys. Remember that I am consistently and always proud of all of my NPCs because everywhere you go, every project you filter off to, I always hear, man, those FT NPCs are pretty fucking good. Every single time. Because you guys are all high quality because of the effort you put forth. Nothing I do. I point and shout. You guys are the ones that maintain the bar where it is. And I thank you for that. Okay? Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every last one of you. I will see you all on Tuesday. That's all I got. You are free.
Woo!
Oh, one last thing. If any of you have any energy left to remain in VR, I need to test Corano one more time. It has been fixed. Can't be streamed. If you go into Corano, it can't be streamed.
Yep, gonna end now.
But if you still have some, no, you cannot. You fucking.
I hope you all have a great night.
If you still have
Catch
energy,
you next Tuesday.
then go ahead and go to map testing VC.
See you then.
And we'll get that underway.